Morning team! Happy Monday! It's time for a new reading vlog. Yes. In case you were not aware, my name is Monique. This is the Cauldron, aka my Bookwitch reviews, my channel, my thing, my life, my calendar, basically. It's how I tell time now, so be prepared for continued ones of these. Anyways, it's a new week, which means new reading vlog, which means hopeful adventure in books, because I don't go outside. Let's just take a moment to talk about this book. This is A Gathering of Shadows by V.E.Schwab, which I finished earlier, and I have some emotions in the same way that I had some emotions about the first book. I think I've ended up rating A Darker Shade of Magic 4 stars, so it was really enjoyable. The pacing was wonderful, characters amazing, but there was just something missing, just a little bit of something. And then this book, team, I need to think about this. I need to murmur in my brain, and I need to figure out whether it's definitely a 4.5 star or whether it's a 5, because these last 50 pages that I read today, it did something. I tabbed, team. I'm a tabber now. I need to get actual tabs. How many times have I said that now? 4? Too many times. But anyway, this is it. What are we reading next? Obviously, A Conjuring of Light. That's the third book. We're just gonna read it. We're gonna do it, and then we'll deal with the consequences of my reading taking its own turn for life. Good morning, team. It is Tuesday. Welcome to yet another hat day. Also, I need to talk about this. Okay, this is the third book in the Shades of Magic, I think it's called Shades of Magic series, which is A Conjuring of Light. I feel really bad for all y'all who had to wait, I'm guessing a year at least, for this book, because oh my god, did she end the last one on a cliffhanger that like I didn't even have to wait, and that hurt me. But obviously we got some differences in size. This is a chunker. I'm very pumped about reading it. And also I might have cried a little bit this morning. So I read like something like 40 pages last night before I went to bed, and then I read another 40 pages this morning before I went to work, and I cried like a little baby. Very, very attached to some of these characters, and like I just, Kel and Rise, I'm just like, I can't. Okay, so the editions that I actually have for this series are obvious, so we can see some small difference. So small, slightly bigger, fat baby, beautiful. And so I bought this whole series in Snazzy Collector's Edition, which has like fancy inside art. They all have like stuff written on the front. So I knew that as Traverse, I obviously say this in however way I want to, because this is a made-up language by V.E.Schwab and I have not heard her say it. Traverse I know means to travel in like Antari. And then there is this word, and I was like, oh, I'll look that up, and I read that as Anosh or Anesh, even though it's an O. It's A-N-O-S-H-E. And I like, oh, I'll look that up, because these fancy ones, look at the art here, have like a glossary in the back and additional also like stories. I don't know if those are like added in the other editions, but in the second book there is a story about Kishimir, who's like another one of these Antari, like not Antaris, but who's like a magic wielder and queer. And I love her, and I sincerely hope that I get more of her in this book, and it seems like I do, because I'm in a chapter that's about to start from her perspective. And obviously I'm not going to talk about what's happening in the other two books, because I don't want to spoil anything that happens in the first book. Today, and basically, so there's like a glossary in the back, and Arnesian, which is like this magic world, Arnes, I think, is like the magic world that has this other London. And And in it's like the words, Onesh is the closest thing to a farewell, which made me emotional. And now I just saw, and like the phrases, it can also mean until next time, which is more okay, because I thought it meant like goodbye for a second there, and now I'm less emotional, but I still have a lot of feelings about this. So yes, this is my current read. We have obviously chucked TBR out in the middle of nowhere. TBR don't matter. Just gonna have to really pull together and read all of my arcs in August, even though that was not the plan. But you know, I still have part of a week. Like, this is current read. Very excited about the chunkiness of it, because I love a chunker. They just bring me happiness and joy. And yes, I just thought I would give you guys a reading update, because I am determined to have an idea of what day it is this week. We got book mail, and I believe it's my edition of Cinderellas Dead with the UK cover, because that's the cover I love the most. It is. I thought a hardback. Maybe it's only out of paperback. Ooh. But she is still beautiful. Look at this face. Look at it. So, in case you did not know, Cinderellas Dead is a fairy tale, like almost aftermath. So it's set 200 years after Cinderella is dead. I read it in the beginning of the month. I gave it 3.5 stars, I think. So entertaining. It had some issues that I usually have with YA. So I thought the pacing was a little bit off. The romance, though beautiful and sapphic and female, like, did feel a little bit like it was rushed to me. But overall, I still definitely think that you should check this out. And there's Black Girl Magic, and Sophia, who's our main character, is just unapologetically awesome. And now I need to check whether or not I did only buy this in paperback, but it's okay, because this cover. Hello, babies. It's Wednesday, and I need to do an update, because I will do a reading update every day of this week. I am determined, even though I am an emotional person today, and I actually watched, you know, like completion movies. No, I watched YouTube videos of soldiers coming home and people like reuniting with their pets, and cried, because that was apparently what I needed. So now my eyes hurt, and then I ordered McDonald's, and I haven't had it in so long, and then they forgot my dips. I know, but what we are here for is an update on this beautiful, ginormous book that I'm still emotional about the front, by the way, team. Okay, obviously I cannot tell you a whole lot about what's happening in this book, but what I can say is that V.E.Schwab is surprising me, not because I'm surprised about how much I enjoy this book, and I definitely love this book. This is the book that I'm enjoying the most out of all three. And also, she's just taking some turns, and I was not prepared. This was not where I thought this series would go at all. And also, I just love these characters so much. And like, Rai is one of my favorite, and obviously Leela is a favorite. And then I have some sort of weird soft spot for Kalynn. You know how I said about Casimir, and I was really excited, and then V.E.Schwab hurt me right in the heart. I was not prepared. Good evening, team. I got tired of hats, so welcome to Bold Town. Basically bold, but you know, this is how we're gonna live it. I can't be bothered to set up the tripod, so I'm just gonna give you a quick little reading update. We have finished work finally. Slightly insane. But I have roughly, I think, 150 pages left of The Conjuring of Light, and I have many feelings about it already. V.E.Schwab, how dare you play with my emotions like this? How dare you get me so very attached and then just rip people right from underneath me? And I'm not sure how this is gonna go, but you know, we're just gonna take it a day at a time. I am finishing this today. It's happening. It's happening. Yes. So, no hat. We're gonna have to live with this really, really short haircut. And also, this room has been smelling all day. I think they're painting next door and I can smell it and it's intense. But I really want to reorganize the shelves. Well, not reorganize, but like you need reshuffle, do the thing. But I finished A Conjuring of Light by V.E.Schwab and I have many feelings about this. I think it's a 5. I think it's 5-star. But there's a tiny bit of me that has a little bit of that. This is too nicely, neatly wrapped in the end. Like the pacing and the action and the characters and the sheer amount of surprise and like emotions that have been crammed into this book is like, I have many feelings about it. But the beginning is definitely stronger than the ending, I think. But then there are so many parts of the ending where I'm like, that really hurt me, but it was so good. So I think it's a 5. So I think literally the books have gone 4, 4.5, 5. Very, very excited to read more from V.E.Schwab, and also really excited about the fact that I can now cross this off of my list of series that I have the whole series of, but haven't read, which I do not have a lot of. Okay, I finished it. It's first day. I really need to do some writing, so I'm gonna do that instead of continuously reading, and then I will update you guys tomorrow once I have, you know, processed this baby. Also, it's just so pretty. I've never noticed how shiny the front is, and it's just, yes, good times, good times. Happy Friday, team. I was gonna give an update earlier and then I forgot, so now I'm doing it now. I started reading 1,000 Ships by Natalie Haynes. It's here, which is a basically Greek retelling of the fall of Troy, seen from the women's perspective. I believe it's multiple POVs, and we maybe like 5 or 10% in. It's not very long. It reads a lot like Silence of the Girls by Pat Barker, which I read earlier in the year, and because it is inspired by the same events, and it's obviously like a retelling of like ancient Greek, not mythology, but like history. Wait, did Troy actually fall? Was that a real thing? So yeah, I'm starting to read that. I don't know how excited I am about it. I was a bit excited in the beginning because it starts off with Calliope, which is the like deity of music and art. She's like the muse of all muses, and she's obviously inspiring this man who I then think is like the narrator of our story, and he's like following several different women. So we'll see how that goes. I also very quickly read The Mysterious Study of Dr. Sex, which is on Tor.com, which is a free, like, teeny tiny short stories from Tamsyn Muir, the author of Gideon the Ninth and Hero the Ninth, which is coming out in 4 days, and I'm super pumped for it. And I just got my email saying that my hardback is en route, and I am this close to just reading Gideon and Hero the Ninth, like rereading it again, actually tapping it, making some notes, and maybe making a reading vlog of that, because I want to read it so badly. And like all of the other, like the other 2 books, this is just a fucking delirious mess, and I don't understand half of what they're on about, but it's so good, and I'm gonna link it down below so you guys can read it if you want to. It's about Palamedes and Camilla, and I just babies. But yeah, I just thought I would drop in really quick. I also am watching the like live action of The Lion King. I am really enjoying the amount of additional humor that's in here. Very enjoyable. Obviously nowhere near as much nostalgia, and somehow Disney Plus, when I started this movie, decided to sing the leading song in Danish. So what I've heard all of my life as a kid, because obviously cartoons are in Danish when you're like little, and all of the original like Disney movies I saw in Danish, and I remember them in Danish, and I think they're better in Danish. I'm sorry. Lion King is one of the ones that I can accept in English because I don't like, it's obviously lovely, but like The Little Mermaid, I don't like the original voices, and I really hate the original Aladdin voices. Don't come for me. But yeah, so that was a little bit strange. It's like the world knows that I'm Danish, but gonna finish watching that, and then I'll give you guys an update tomorrow when I've read more. Maybe tomorrow or Sunday. I've done really well with reading updates, so I'm gonna try. It is Saturday. I am not keeping up my reading updates, so I thought I would give you a quick one. I started 1,000 Ships yesterday. Did not read any more on that. I needed to read something before bed because that's a thing that me and my girlfriend are trying to start doing like now, like a routine-y thing, and I accidentally started Deathless Divide by Justina Island, which is the sequel to Dread Nation, and I am obsessed with this edge. I'm just like, why are you so stunning? And in case you didn't remember, Dread Nation is basically a historic dystopia zombie novel set around the American Civil War, where suddenly the dead comes back to life, and Black and Indigenous girls and boys are basically sent to these schools so that they're technically free. They are sent to learn combat and like how to protect the white rich families, and Dread Nation is just so delicious. This is the sequel. Oh, we get an additional point of view in this one, and I'm just very excited about goodness. So yeah, so I'm reading that and 1,000 Ships, and then I got some book mail this morning, which I opened. So I have for the longest time been on the hunt for hardback editions of Tamsyn Muir's work, but because quite a lot of her books are like older titles or middle grade, which means that they don't get to be like hardcovers, which I don't understand, I finally found them. So I'm missing the first one, which should be coming, but this is the the Song of the Lioness, which is the first quartet that Tamsyn Muir ever wrote. It is a middle grade about a girl who wants to be a knight, so she dresses up as her brother and basically becomes a female knight, but lots of other things are on there. But these are just some very funky editions, and for some reason, so I'm missing the very first book, but so the second book is shiny, the third book is not, and the fourth book is shiny, and I'm like, why? Also, they're like, okay, the covers don't quite fit the book, and they're just really boring black, badly printed things. So I'm a little bit like, don't know if I love them or not, but you know, I've been looking for these. I do like them. I do like the third book where it's not shiny, so that's still like okay, but it makes me feel like it's like, okay, so this one is much better printed, and I'm very confused. I'm so confused. Why? Okay, bear with me. What is this? Guys, what is this? Is 3 different covers underneath. Like, what does that mean? Like, they're all from the same. This is completely wonky. What is this? I'm so confused. I'm so confused, and I don't understand. Like, what is this? But anyways, also it's Saturday, so I did my volunteer shift in my little bookshop downstairs. So obviously I found some books. Yes, so 5 books that I got for $7.95. So I'll just go through them really quick. So this is a funky ginormous edition of the Iliad by Homer, which is one of the like first original like fiction story things where we follow a man as he tries to make his way back to his wife with all of the Greek shenanigans involved. It's basically the Roman edition of the Odyssey. Funky things. Then someone came in and gave this up, and this is Becoming by Michelle Obama, which is her biography, which I've been wanting to read because I adore Michelle Obama. She's just wonderful, or seems wonderful, so I want to read this book. Then I have Early Riser by Jasper Fforde, which I just randomly picked up. This is, I think, just like a weird thriller-y book. It's about the fact that every winter the human population goes into hibernation, and then a certain group of people like keep an eye on them, but these nightmares start coming and people are dying from them, and it looks like it's written in second person. Yep, I'm excited about trying to read. So the thing with charity books and secondhand books is that I have a tendency to pick up some books that I'm not sure whether I'll like or not, because I'm not willing to pay full price for them. So I just, yeah, thought I'd try something new. And it's a Haruki Murakami book. If you don't know who he is, he's just a fantastic, weird author. This is Hard-Boiled Wonderland and the End of the World, which I read part of for one of my like studies in university. Yeah, I can't explain what this is about. Yes. And then finally, I found an edition of The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. Madeline Miller wrote Circe, which I adored when I read it last year. This is the story of Patroclus. I can't remember. So basically, you know, Achilles, who conquered Troy, or tried. He had a second in command called Patroclus. I don't know how to say this. And they were thought of to be lovers. And this is their story. And I'm very excited about it because I've heard many good things. I've also heard that it literally shoots you in the heart. So yeah, that's the books. 5 books from downstairs and 3 books in the... I still can't. Why do they all look so different? Like, this is completely fine. This is okay. This is like, this is normal. This is... I hate this. What are you? I have just finished work and my brain is dying. It's Monday, so that means the end of the video vlog. Obviously, I went for a walk yesterday. I spent a lovely day with my girlfriend and my best friend and her girlfriend. It was lovely. We had a roast. It was delicious. And then I went home and I read quite a lot of Deathless Divide, which is heart-hurting. It hurts my heart, you know. So I finished some books. I finished the last of a Darker Shades of Magic series, which was delightful. This is somehow yet again a very long video vlog, but you know, this is just who I am now. I have accepted it. You should too. And then just, I don't know if I should apologize or not, but anyway, if you did enjoy this, please click that thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button at the same time so you don't miss out on any other videos from me. You can also click the little bell. It will give you a notification whenever I put up a new video. It says ding. It's delightful. I love it. It's cute. And then I will see you guys soon with another video. Leave me a comment down below. Tell me what you guys have been reading this week, or, you know, just give me an update. How are you? Hope you're doing good. I'm proud of you. You're doing great. I'll see you really soon. Bye, team.